gold roosters, and there are an amazing variety of roosters, and I advise you to pick out the best bits and do the rooster you want to see. I'm mixing Liquitex gel medium in with my paints. That way I get some texture to my feathers. And I'm using raw sienna for the most part at this stage. I use a 1/4 inch flat, and I'm stroking my paint on in the direction the feathers would naturally grow. And with the texture gel medium in there, it should help them look just like feathers. That's what I'm banking on. At this stage, we're just putting paint on the canvas, so don't worry about lights and darks and shadows. We'll just use the raw sienna throughout and get the paint down. I'm mixing in alizarin crimson with a little of the raw sienna, and the gel medium makes it a little pinker, and I'm going to use that on the coxcomb on the top of the head and on the ear lobes, which are the pink fleshy parts hanging down on either side of the beak. I think that's what they are. Still not worrying about light and shadow. I'm still putting paint on the canvas, and we'll get round to that soon. My cat twin joined us for this part of the painting. I apologize if he gets in the way and hides what I'm doing. I simply didn't notice. I was just involved in what I was doing and I wasn't paying attention. I mixed cad yellow light with the raw sienna and a little of the gel medium, and and I'm sort of brushing that on to give some little highlights. I use it on the beak as well, and just adding texture and starting to get some of the lights in at this point. Well, you can't see it very well, but I've added ultramarine blue and there's some alizarin crimson. I'm giving myself a little dark just for some of my shadows. I'm starting to add my lights and shadows now. I'm using a 1/4 inch flat brush for this, and I'm going to put in the tail feathers. The same mix of ultramarine blue and alizarin crimson to put in the wing feathers, and that's my dog snoring in the background that you can hear. I'm using my dark mixture to put in the eye, and I'll add a dot of white to that later. I add a pink to the fleshy part around the eye, and I add some of that pink to the earlobes as well. I don't know if you've ever seen a chicken up close, but there's a lovely iridescence to their feathers, and so I'm adding green and blue to my dark mixture and trying to get some of those colors into the tail feathers. That's where you see it mostly. And in the wing feathers, of course. from here on out, I'm really using the same colors I've used everywhere else. I'm adding a little, taking some away, adding dimension and depth to my colors, and adjusting here and there all the time. I've added titanium white to the cad yellow and the raw sienna mixture, and now I'm putting in the rough. I'm not totally sure if that's the term, but that's what I'm calling it, and I'll probably get lighter as I go along. I also add glints of color throughout the rest of the body. At this stage, I'm constantly adjusting my lights and darks, adding tips to feathers, trying to get more dimension into my painting. I'm using a 3/4 inch flat, some raw sienna, and I will be using some greens and blues that I've already mixed in, as you saw for the tail feathers, and I'll be using that to put in some ground cover. I'm working on the tiny detail here, defining the legs a little more. I think I put in the dot in the center of the eye, things like that. When you're painting feathers, always make sure that you're pulling the brush strokes in the directions the feathers would naturally go. I think I said that before. Here I'm using a rigger, a liner brush, to pull out the very tips of the feathers, because on using a flat they're a bit blunt at the ends, and I want to increase that feathery look. The liner brush is a great brush to use if you've got any of these thin wispy lines that you want to do. And now I'm using a fan brush, and I'm going to pull up the grasses using my mixture of greens. I should say that I made the greens out of ultramarine blue, a cad yellow, titanium white, and I think I might have added a dab of sienna in there to bring it down a little bit. Raw sienna, that is. So that's how I paint a rooster. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you for watching.